Alright guys, we should be live. Hopefully everything goes to plan and we are live. Yeah, on YouTube it says that we are live, so welcome guys to the stream. We have got qualifying today from, well, we've got the first ever sprint qualifying in the history of Formula 1. Today, live from Silverstone. It's going to be very, very fun to watch indeed. Hello Rikus, Achlan, Tanish, Praveen, Manuel Fernandez. Nice to see that everyone's back. Very much do love seeing that all of the fans are coming back to watch. So 68% of you voted yes for you like the new qualifying format, and I think it's quite good. There's a lot more action on track, which is very, very good for the fans. Very nice to watch as well. So yeah, it's looking good. And well, I think we're going to get some very interesting racing. 17 laps of racing, guys. He will start first, but yeah, so whoever finishes. So Lewis will start. No, Lewis will. Whoever finishes first in today's race will start on pole for tomorrow's race. So that's what's going on with that. So whoever finishes first today will start the race first tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Hey F1 Gamer, told you this, I'd stay up on 95 to catch. Alright, okay, cool, Haydos, yeah. Well, nice to see that you guys staying up to watch the race then. 1 a.m. in the Philippines right now, so I think we've got a lot of people, well, we've got at least two people who are staying up quite late. Wish Max was on pole. Yeah, Max was going so strong as well. We all thought that if Max got pole today, it would have been a like a real shift in the title battle. But unfortunately, he didn't get pole. So Lewis got pole. So let's see at turn one, maybe Verstappen will go down the inside and we'll get like a completely different ending to the race. I'm just refreshing the website, guys, so don't worry. Nothing's happening. Here we go. Oops. Let's go on dark mode, and yeah. No, you're not late, Kruby. It's just that I hadn't refreshed the website properly. So, yep, that's what's going on. Oh, we've got 78 viewers already. Well, if you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do that. It will really, really help out the stream. Because we'll get even more viewers. Yeah. Alright, so Lewis was very happy because while the Mercedes have been on the back foot for quite a while now, they haven't been able to like get the most out of the car and be first at the end of races and stuff. So it was good that he got a pole position, especially his home race as well. So it was good from Lewis that he finally got a pole position after Max just dominating for so long. Well, not so long, but it's in terms of at least in the turbo hybrid era, Mercedes has been dominating a lot, and they've never had such a bad streak really, where the other opposition team has been outperforming them. So it is looking very, very good for Red Bull, but they also have to be on their toes because Hamilton and Mercedes are going to be pushing as hard as they can to get as many upgrades and just get as much to throw everything at them, because Mercedes want the thing where they win every single championship in that like era, because from 2014 to currently they've won every single championship. So yeah, I think if Max gets P1, the crowd will throw booze and throw tomatoes. Well, I don't think they'll throw anything. I don't think they can even throw anything actually onto the track. Like, some guy would have to be pretty good at throwing whatever he's throwing to get it onto the track, really. But yeah, the fans would not be happy because they are obviously British fans. Yeah. Hello, ladies, Leglane. Nice to see that you're back. I haven't seen you in a while, but nice to see we've got people coming back. I'm just zooming this up a bit. All right. Do I support Hamilton or do I support Verstappen? Well, I'm commentating, so I should be impartial, but I support Verstappen. Well, I'm actually a Seb Vettel fan, but I support Verstappen because Seb Vettel isn't in the title fight anymore, or isn't at the top anymore. So yeah. My thoughts on 2022 car. It looks really, really cool. I think that as long as the racing's good, no one will really care if it looks a bit ugly, to be honest. So as long as the car looks good, I mean, the race is good, it's fine. So yeah, we'll always come back to watch the best F1 race watch-along channel on YouTube. Well, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Yeah. apart from the front wing, yeah, the front wing looks slightly odd. It seems slightly out of place. Maybe if they lowered it down a bit and like took the fins off at the edge, like made them a bit lower, then it would look a bit more normal. But you know, yeah. So in the sprint race, the rules are that you can pit, but you don't have to pit. So there's 17 laps of the sprint race, um, and you don't have to pit, but you can pit. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, so there's actually a split strategy. So some of the teams will be going for soft tires and try and like stretch the tires till the end of the 17 laps, and some teams will be going for medium tires. So they have like the confidence that the tires are going to get to the end, but then they're not going to. The tires are going to get to the end and then they won't like blow up or they won't hit a cliff. So there's some teams that are going to be playing it safe on the medium tires, sorry, and some teams going to risk it and go on the softs to try and get to the end of the race. What do I think about ground effect? I mean, I think if ground effect can give us good downforce but low like dirty air, then I think dirt, what's it called? Ground effect is good. Yeah. We have some team radio from George Russell already. I don't know why because there's 15 minutes till the race starts. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it though.
Front brakes are a bit on the hot side, so if we can get some fans in that ASAP.
Yeah, just obviously doesn't want his brakes to overheat because if the brakes overheat, then it's not going to be very good for going into turn one, is it? Because well, you're not going to have any brakes and he's going to lock up and crash. So yeah. But then if aero actually allows for closer racing, then it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I mean, if as long as we have close racing, then I think everything is fine in the world. To be honest, yeah. As someone who's currently studying aerodynamics, ground effects is a much better option than wings for racing. Oh, you're studying aerodynamics. I actually thought I might want to study that. Well, I'm thinking about it. Who knows really what will actually happen? But aerodynamics does seem rather cool, and yeah, ground effect definitely does seem better. And yeah, he did say ASAP because he definitely doesn't want those brakes overheating because he is in P8 right now. I think he qualified P8 or P7, not sure which one, but he definitely wants to. I think he qualified P8, so he definitely does want to try and get some points in that Williams for sure. Yeah, Russell top 10, please, please, please. I mean, if he gets top 10 this race, then it's not going to give him any points, and it's not going to benefit him much. As in, but I mean, it'll help him in the race start, but the actual race where you score points is going to be in tomorrow's race. So George just needs to maintain his qualifying position and be as high up in the in the standings as possible. How old are you? I can't tell you exactly how old I am, but I'm a teenager, so you can take from that what you want. Do you think Vettel can win one race this year? I don't think Vettel can win. I guess if there's some rain affected race and the Mercedes have engine failures and the Red Bull crash or something, then Vettel could win. But it would be rather unlikely. Yeah, if Russell scores, I'll drink a carton of milk. Alright, well, be sure to send that into my Instagram and I'll just put it on like a story or something if you really want to do that. But yeah, there is now 13 minutes till the race start, guys. 13 minutes. So what are your predictions? Do you think anyone's going to have a first lap incident and just crash? And also, guys, the what's it called? The chance of rain is 0%, guys. 0%. Um, so yeah, 0% chance of rain means there's not going to be much. Well, there's going to be no rain, and I know that for sure because I watched FP1 and the sky was completely blue and there were no clouds. Yeah, did they show the tyre choice already? They have not shown the tyre choice yet, but yeah. Maybe it's just me, but I have a deep voice for a teenager. Well, I guess it's cool. Um, how many drivers will be cautious on the first lap? Well, I think because the problem is if you crash in this race, you're going to start dead last tomorrow, and if you start dead last tomorrow, that's just going to be absolutely horrific. Like you wasted all yesterday's qualifying, and you've just threw it all away. So they have to be careful and like take proper risk management here. Yeah, I can't tell you Manuel Fernandez, because if I tell you if I'm older or younger than 15, then it's basically going to tell you my age. So yeah, the race starts in 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. So yeah, 12 minutes. I'm looking forward to commentating this because it's going to be a very spicy, interesting race. And yeah, Russell has achieved some progress. He's got into Q3 twice in Williams now, 2 weeks in a row. Very, very good job from him. Yeah, just needs to carry that going, keep on going, and maybe get that a Mercedes seat, because Valtteri Bottas may lose his job. Not sure just yet, but it's quite likely they might lose his job. So, yeah. All right. So the standings for the start of the race, start of the sprint race, not start of the race tomorrow, start of the sprint race, are Hamilton and Verstappen on the front row. Then behind them is Bottas and Leclerc. Then Perez in P5 lining up alongside Norris. And then we have Ricardo and Russell on the same row of the grid. Bet you didn't hear, if you were told that like last year, you would not have expected Ricardo and Russell to be on the same row of the grid. But here we are in 2021. And then we have Sainz and Vettel on the same row of the grid, lining up alongside each other. Then Alonso and Gasly. Gasly had a bad qualifying this week, sorry. Usually he's been up in P6, P5, but had a bad qualifying, and it's down in P12 this weekend. Maybe he can recover that in the sprint quali if he pushes and attacks. Then yeah. The track temperature is 49 degrees. It is quite hot. We do have 0 dislikes. Cool. Well, let's keep it at 0 dislikes, and maybe we can hit that like button, get to 50 likes before the race even starts. That would be rather cool. And then going down, we also have Ocon and Giovinazzi lining up alongside each other. Giovinazzi has been doing very, very well, out-qualifying Kimi Räikkönen very, very consistently. So, yeah. Also, guys, I will tell you what tyres the teams are on. I'll just check one sec. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's here. We don't know just yet which tyres everyone is on, but as soon as we can find out, I will let you guys know. Because yeah, who will win? I mean, that's for you guys to work out. I can't tell you who's gonna win because I do not have a crystal. Is it a crystal ball that predicts the future? Yeah. Hello, Kruby, GamerFab, Schnicking, and Multi Ninja. Nice to see that you're back. But yeah, the cars are on the grid right now, and everyone's lining up on the grid, and we're going to see if we can get a race start very, very soon. Yeah. It's now 9 minutes to race start, and then we will be racing in 9 minutes time. So yep, 9 minutes, and we will be underway for the first ever sprint qualifying in Formula 1 history. So, oh my god, that was rather loud. So if you guys, this is a pretty historic moment, guys. If sprint qualifying does get implemented, this will be the first ever time it's ever happened in a Formula 1 race. So you might be in for the making of history today, guys. Yeah. So we have the Red Bulls. We cannot tell what tyres they're on. They're all hiding around the car. They've put the tyre blankets on, and all the drivers are standing around the car, and no one can tell what tyres are on. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see which tyres people choose, which guys play it safe, which guys don't. I like that they're bringing back the old school wreaths. I don't know exactly what you're talking about there, but cool. Oh, we're on 500 viewers. Wow, the viewers have just shot up. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. The race will be live in 8 minutes time now. I also do have the live feed alongside me, so I'll be able to keep you updated on everything that's going on, like, instantly. And yeah, it's a Silverstone race, sprint qualifying, first ever time in the history of Formula 1. And yeah, we have Yuki Tsunoda and Kimi Räikkönen. Oh no, we have Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda lining up alongside each other. Both of them are very, very good at race starts and very, very aggressive indeed. Oh, Dark Raven 6969 or Dark Raven 6969. Thank you for the donation. I very much do appreciate it. Yeah, it really helps out with the channel. And yeah, thank you. And if you join the Discord, we have a special little chat for people who donate and the moderators. So yeah, just be sure to join that. They use oh, okay, I see. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that does seem very, very cool, and Silverstone's a very historic track as well, so it will be very, very interesting. But it will be nice to see that. Can we see the race here? I have the race alongside me, but I can't see You can't see the live race because I'd get banned off YouTube if I was to do that. So yeah, but you can see the full, you can see the track map, and I'll be doing the commentary. And my commentary, well, considering we get quite a lot of people watching, I think my commentary is pretty alright. Yeah, we've got 700 viewers. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, 7 minutes till the race starts. If you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do that. Really will help out. If we could hit 100 likes before the race starts, that would be crazy, because this will be probably the best qualifying stream on record. It is a very historic event indeed. And yeah, let's see if Danny Rick can finally outqualify Lando Norris. It would be kind of a cheesy outqualifying, but it would still be nevertheless, it would still be an outqualifying. And yeah. But this is it, Silverstone, 17 laps, 17 laps of the Silverstone circuit. The lap is approximately 1 minute 30 seconds. All of the drivers will be pushing to the maximum, because this is basically qualifying. If you guys know anything about Formula One, in qualifying, the drivers are pushing to the absolute limits, and this is effective qualifying. So yeah, definitely push very. They're going to be pushing very hard, and yeah. Just buy the broadcasting rights from F1. Well, Sky Sports own them, and they don't give them to anyone. So yeah, that's rather unfortunate. You can't see the race here, mate. Vrensky or something. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, can't see the race here, unfortunately. But yeah, 5 minutes till lights out, and away we go. So 5 minutes, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we have a quote from Christian Horner here, the Red Bull team principal. He says, "You don't want to be half-hearted. If you're going to commit, you're going to commit fully. These tyres in these temperatures are massively sensitive, so you need to be patient and see how things pan out." So Christian Horner's being very careful here, because the track temperature is 48 degrees. And 48 degrees temperature is rather high, so maybe the soft tyres are going to last till the end of the race. Maybe maybe they won't. Nobody knows just yet. So we'll see which teams decide to go on the softs, which team decide to go on the mediums. Because if you go on the softs, it's the aggressive strategy, but your tyres may not last till the end, and then you may not. So yeah. Thanks, Gamer Fabschnicking, for putting the quote in the chat. I do appreciate it. But yeah, also we have a quote from Carlos Sainz, the Ferrari driver. He says, "Honestly, knowing Formula One drivers and the way we act on lap 1, for those first 6 or 7 corners, I don't think we're going to think much about Sunday. At least me. But once the race settles down, and yes, we start thinking about Sunday, I don't think about approaching turn 3. I'm going to be thinking about the races tomorrow, because we're racing, so that is the way I see it." So he's basically saying there's no points that are actually going to be scored today. Yeah, I know. We're already at 1K viewers, which is absolutely crazy. But so what's going on here, guys, is that the only people that get points in today's qualifying session are people who finish first, second, and third. The person who finishes first gets 3 points. The person who finishes second gets 2 points, and the person who finishes third gets 1 point. And no one else gets any points. So there's no point in pushing overly hard if you're not going to score any points anyway. So it's a risk versus reward situation here, and the drivers have to be very careful of what they do and what actually happens. So yeah, welcome guys to the Formula One Pirelli British Grand Prix of 2021, the first ever sprint qualifying in round 10 of the 2021 season at Silverstone, Great Britain, of course, where we have this epic circuit with very high speed corners such as Cops, where you have 5 Gs of lateral G forces. Then we have Maggots and Beckett's, such quick corners. It's very crazy. Hi, I'm new here, completely lost. Where is the race taking place? The race is taking place, as in it's on the screen. So there's the map of the track is on the screen, and the race is taking place in Silverstone. So I think that answers your question. Hey guys, hey Keys. Yeah, we've hit 100 likes. We've got 1,300 viewers. It's 17 kilometers of racing, 17 laps of racing, and 100 kilometers of that. And the point system is, as I just said, it's third for first place, second for 2 points for second place, and 1 point for third place. And yeah, we have this amazing Silverstone circuit where we're going to be testing out this system and see how it goes, really. It's going to be very interesting to watch, especially with Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton lining up alongside each other, first and second. Going into turn 1, we'll see who can do what. The track distance is 5.9 kilometers and 3.7 miles. And yeah, that's how it's going to play out. So race is starting in 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes, and we will be underway for the race. The highest speed around this circuit, 330, 340 kilometers an hour. Tire updates. I will check what tires these guys are on. Okay, so Lewis Hamilton is starting on the mediums. Oops. Alright, so I'm just going to check which tire. So Lewis Hamilton is on the mediums. Max Verstappen is on the... Oh, I'm not sure. Well, Bottas is on the softs. Max Verstappen's on the mediums. Leclerc's on the mediums. Perez is on the mediums. Norris on the mediums. Ricciardo on the mediums. Russell on the mediums. Sainz on the mediums. Vettel on the mediums. Alonso's on the soft, so Alonso's going to be going very, very hard. Gasly's on the mediums. Ocon's on the softs. Giovinazzi's on the mediums. Stroll is on the mediums. Tsunoda's on the mediums. Raikkonen's on the softs. Latifi's on the mediums. Schumacher is on the mediums, and so is Mazepin. I've just said mediums and softs for ages, but basically Ocon... Oh no, it's Alonso and Bottas are starting on soft. I think there's someone else, but it doesn't really matter too much. I'll let you guys know who's starting on which as the race goes on. But we only have a few drivers starting on softs, and they're going to be playing a risky game here, because if the tyres drop off the cliff, they're not going to have any performance whatsoever. Right, so guys, I'm just refreshing the data, so yeah, just bear with me. It's going to take about 2 seconds or so, but yeah, we will be underway. Yeah, so it's going to load, and yeah, it's loaded. Alright, so the tyres everyone's starting on, so it's Raikkonen, Ocon, Alonso, and Bottas are the four drivers that are starting on mediums, and everyone else is on... are the four drivers that are starting on softs, everyone else is on mediums. So these guys are going to be looking up the field. They're going to be trying pushing as hard as they can to see if they can get through the field and try and like potentially make up places and start higher up for tomorrow's race. And yeah, it's going to be very, very close though between the medium tyre runners and the soft tyre runners. The soft tyre runners are going to be quicker at the start of the race, but the medium tyre runners are going to be quicker at the end of the race. So it's going to be a close battle between all of them. The race is very, very close to starting now. It will be a minute or two. The drivers are going to go on the formation lap basically right about now, and then we will be underway. So formation lap right now. Yeah, you love the white. I think most people prefer the dark mode, and I know quite a lot of people are watching this at night, and you probably don't want your eyes burnt out. So I'm just going to keep it on dark mode. But yeah, Bottas is going to be sticking ahead of everyone else, especially because he needs to push very, very hard indeed to try and stay up with all of these guys. So the drivers are on the formation laps just now, and yeah. It's 1 a.m. in Australia, yeah, so that's the point. We have quite a lot of viewers from all around the world, and we probably don't want to burn half the people's eyes out. So, formation lap, all of the fans are cheering. We have 140,000 fans at Silverstone right now. Yeah, formation lap right now. All of the drivers will be lining up on the grid very, very soon, and we will see how it plays out. So I'm just going to let you guys know. Yeah, all the drivers on the formation lap now are going to be getting as much tyre temperature, brake temperature for the first ever Formula 1 sprint qualifying race start ever. Yeah, it's getting very, very exciting to watch indeed. We have 1,800 viewers, which is absolutely crazy. Haven't had this many viewers in a qualifying stream ever. So if we could hit 200 likes, that would be very, very cool. And if we hit 1,500 likes, I will sing Super Max. So yeah, that's your incentive, guys. But as you can see on the screen, all of the drivers are currently driving at the speeds, at a certain speed. So yeah, 5:30 in Italy. Everyone in India, yeah, can you pit in the sprint quali? So I'm just going to explain the rules one more time. So in sprint qualifying, you don't have to pit, but if you want to, you can pit. So it's not necessary, but if you want to, you can, which is good, because if you get a broken front wing, then obviously you want to pit and try and replace front wing in, you know. So there is that, and also you can get safety cars as usual. There's a safety car, a virtual safety car, and it's just 17 laps. So you don't have to pit, but you can. When does it start? The drivers are on the formation lap now, so once they finish the formation lap, we will be underway as soon as the formation lap is over. So yeah, as soon as the formation... We have some team radio from Mick Schumacher, so I'm just going to be playing that. Here we go.
Okay, Mick, competitor tyres. Everyone around us is on C2. Except for Ocon and Alonso are on C3. and Bottas up front is on C3. Everyone else C2.
Yep, so Mick's engineer is just giving him some info. And yeah, Mick is just giving him some info because obviously he needs to know which tyres everyone else is on and choose to pick his battles wisely. But yeah, all the drivers now just slowing down, coming onto the grid right now. I'll just check the speeds of all of the other drivers. Yep, they're all in first gear, just going to be doing the final little burnouts and just getting the revs up ready for the race start. Here it is. Here is George Russell now on screen. Well, he's on my screen at least. And he is just getting the clutch ready for the race start. So yeah, thank you everyone that has subscribed and everyone who is liking. I very much do appreciate it. And here we go, lights out and away we go. Max Verstappen is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. What a move. Going into turn 3, there's Verstappen, then Hamilton, then Bottas. Leclerc has held his position, but then Norris overtook Perez, which is a very good job for him. We have a yellow flag right now. I'll confirm what's going on there. But Mazepin is out. By the looks of it, Mazepin is out. He's had a bit of an issue, but Hamilton is so close to Verstappen now. They're alongside, side by side, going into turn 5 now. And who makes it through? Verstappen makes it through ahead of Hamilton. Now going down the straight into Copse. And Verstappen is 3/10 ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton will be pushing as much as he can. Practically going to be pushing Verstappen through. Bottas, though, has... Hamilton has overtaken Verstappen, and Verstappen's got him back. Right, so what a move. They're both of them battling side by side here. Don't forget, guys, that Bottas is on the soft tyres, so he's going to be pushing Hamilton to the limit because obviously his tyres are softer than Hamilton, so he's going to have extra performance. Really good start from Verstappen though, and then we have all of the drivers coming in behind. So I'll let you know who's made up position, who's lost. Carlos Sainz has lost so many position, guys. He was up in the start of the race, and now he's gone down to P18. Absolutely horrific race start for Carlos Sainz. Kimi Raikkonen gains 4 positions, and Fernando Alonso, guys, as I said, he was on the soft tyres and he's up into 5th. What a race start for Fernando Alonso. Absolutely crazy from him. Next we have George Russell. He's lost 2 positions. Vettel's gained 1 and Latifi's gained 2. Stroll's gained 1. But the big losers on lap 1 are Carlos Sainz, who's lost 9 positions, and Lewis Hamilton, who lost the lead of the race. So the gap now is 1.2 seconds between Verstappen and Hamilton. As usual, it's going to take 3 laps for DRS to get enabled, and once DRS is enabled, anyone within 1 second will have DRS. But Leclerc has got purple first sector and he's pushing Bottas to the limit. Even though Leclerc's on mediums and Bottas is on hards, Leclerc is pushing Bottas, and he's basically going to be pushing him through Copse at this point because he's only 6/10 behind him. And once they get to that speed, Leclerc is going to be so close, getting such a slipstream off Bottas. It's going to be very crazy. Norris is closing up Alonso. Alonso had an amazing race start, but he does not have the race pace that Norris will, because Norris in the McLaren, such a good driver. Norris is now hounding the back of Alonso. Norris, the guy who replaced Alonso at McLaren, actually, is now 7/10 behind him, but he's gaining down the straight, going into Stowe now. It's a 6th gear corner. You're going to be losing out a lot to dirty air, but Norris is right at the back of him. But Norris has got company now. Norris has got Perez right behind him. Only 3/10 behind, and Norris and Perez is going to be pushing Norris. So it's a 3-way battle for 5th place here between Norris, Alonso, and Perez. Sainz is making a quick recovery drive here. He's already overtook Tsunoda and Latifi. Now putting pressure onto Giovinazzi here. And I'm just tell you what happened at the race start. Max Verstappen just got so much more grip than Lewis Hamilton, and just had a really good rocket start. Like he had maximum grip. And Hamilton had a bit of wheel spin and Verstappen didn't, and there it is. Verstappen just takes the lead of the race. But now, coming back at Verstappen, Hamilton has the fastest lap of the race. Mazepin did hit Schumacher just then. I'll have a quick look at the replay. Oh, it's just got cut off for the camera shot, but by the looks of it, yeah. Mazepin did just understeer into Schumacher, and yeah, so it was very unfortunate. We have some team radio from Max Verstappen, so I will play that. Let me just put the Max Verstappen graphic up. Here we go. Right, Max Verstappen. Here we go. All right. Yeah.
Brakes are okay.
Brakes all okay.
Yep, so he was just confirming brake temperature, because if the brakes get too hot, they're not going to get any braking performance. And yeah, as expected, Nikita Mazepin has just crashed into Mick Schumacher and spun himself. So that was completely Mazepin's fault. None of Schumacher's. But now crossing the line again, Verstappen takes the fastest lap away from Lewis Hamilton. So Verstappen is pushing and trying to get out the 1 second window, because if Hamilton is DRS, it's going to be a very, very interesting race. It's going to be a very, very difficult race for Verstappen to hold on to lead, because Hamilton is a higher top speed than Max Verstappen here, because yesterday's qualifying session, Hamilton was 10 kilometers an hour quicker than Max Verstappen going down the straight. And if Hamilton has DRS and the extra 10-kilometer advantage, it's going to be very, very difficult for Max Verstappen to hold him off, however good Max Verstappen is, because straight line speed, you can't compensate for that. We have some team radio from Nikita Mazepin. I will play that. Yep.
Tyres all okay, front wings okay, some small end plate damage, nothing too serious, okay to continue.
Yep, so that was just a lot of okays. His car is alright, he has some end plate damage, but it's enough to continue. 4 out of the 17 laps have been completed, guys. If we could hit 400 or 400 likes, that would be very, very cool. We have 2,700 viewers, that's very crazy. Everyone who's subscribed, very much do appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. But getting back to the race here, there is a massive train forming behind Alonso. If you guys look at the map, we have Alonso, then Norris, then Perez, then Ricciardo and Vettel, all in a DRS train right behind Fernando Alonso here. So Norris has the DRS, he's going down, but he cannot get close enough to attack Alonso here, and he won't be able to keep the car stuck to the ground properly going through Stowe, so he only has really 1 or 2 overtaking opportunities going down the straight, and it's going to be very, very difficult for Norris, because Alonso is a good driver, he knows how to defend, and Alonso will push Norris to the exact limit, whereas where it's safe, but it's going to be very, very difficult to overtake. So Alonso's doing a good job, had an epic race start. So he's only got to hold on for 13 more laps. That's 1-3, by the way, not 3-0. So 1-3 laps left for Fernando Alonso. But the battle between Alonso and Norris is so, so close now. As you guys can see on the map, they're basically neck and neck alongside each other. But Perez is stuck down in P7, which is not a good place where he wants to be. Alonso is weaving all over the track. If you guys can, to keep Norris behind, going down the straight, he's just weaving left, right to try and minimise the slipstream. So Alonso's using very, very sneaky tactics. Maybe not the fairest tactics, but it is a tactic and it's allowed by the FIA. So Alonso is using it because he wants to start P5, because maybe if he starts P5 he can get involved at the start of the race tomorrow. But as we have it, Max Verstappen is still second fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 30.35, lapping very, very quickly indeed. We have Perez. Perez is still in the DRS train behind Norris, and Perez has lost loads of positions. Perez has crashed. Oh my God. Perez had an absolute horrific incident with, Perez has spun and he's gone down on the circuit. He's got down into 18th place. Can we get an F in the chat for Sergio Perez, guys? He's gone around, he's tried to overtake Lando Norris and he's just unfortunately spun and got hit. Just so unfortunate for him, but that means he's down in P12 right now. But if that doesn't improve, then he's going to be starting P12 for the end of the race. So yeah, F for Sergio Perez, guys. But Norris is still putting loads of pressure on Alonso, and as I said, he's finally overtaken Alonso. Alonso's used all of his skill, all of his weaving left and right to try and stop Norris from overtaking, but he's done it. So Norris has overtaken Fernando Alonso. Now Fernando Alonso will be holding up Danny Rick Danny Rick's now in 6th place. So I'll let you know what happens to Sergio Perez as soon as I get a replay. But Kimi Raikkonen still did his race start and was still able to continue, so it's good. It's looking good for Kimi Raikkonen. All right, I'll let you know what's happened to Sergio Perez here, but there's 11 laps left of the race, so it's not long of the race left now. So what's happened for Sergio Perez coming out of the Maggots and Beckett sequence of corners, he's just got on the throttle too hard and he has just simply spun. It's very, very unfortunate for Sergio Perez for that to happen. I'll just check if he had a puncture or not, but by the looks of it, he just spun by getting too hard onto the throttle. Yep. so that's what's happened. Perez just pushed too hard, got onto the throttle. The dirty air from Lando Norris obviously affecting him in a bad way, and he's just spun the car. But now we have Alonso holding up Danny Rick. 6/10 is the gap. It's so close, but Danny Rick's not been able to do anything. Sainz is progressing nicely through the field. He was down in P19 at the start of the race after his incident, but now he's made his way up into P13 now, stuck behind Raikkonen. Raikkonen not making it easy on him, because Raikkonen's on the soft, and it's going to be so good for him if Sainz can start behind him, because it's just going to be a lot easier. Having less dirty air is always better. So Raikkonen's going to do his utmost best to keep Carlos Sainz behind. But Carlos Sainz had a little bit of a tangling with George Russell, so George Russell may get a point. I mean, may get a grid penalty. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, because it was a collision at turn 5 between George Russell and Carlos Sainz. There is some team radio from Lando Norris, which I shall play. Our resident Twitch streamer, full-time Twitch streamer, part-time F1 driver. So we have the graphic. There we go, and
We have some small floor damage right hand side, costing a little bit of downforce.
I played the wrong one. Oops.
And Lando, we reported the weaving to the race director.
Yep. So Lando obviously wasn't happy with Fernando's weaving, but Lando did finally get past Alonso, and now his teammate's stuck behind him. 5/10 is the gap. Alonso's doing a very good job indeed of holding him behind. Gasly, who had a bad qualifying yesterday, has not been able to progress any higher. He was started in 12th, now he's in 11th, but has not been able to improve and get any higher up the pitch. He's not pitch, the grid. So there is only 10 laps remaining of the race now, yeah. All right. So what are your guys' predictions for the who do you think is going to win the race? Do you think Hamilton will be able to catch up to Max Verstappen? The gap now is hovering around 1.8 seconds. Who knows, really? And also, we're so close to hitting 400 likes. If we could hit 400 likes, then very cool. That would be very nice of you guys. And if we hit 1.5k likes, I'll sing Super Max. So yeah, we have 3,200 viewers, so maybe that's possible. Who knows? Now we have Max Verstappen. He's pulling away from Lewis Hamilton, going through Maggots and Beckett's, like five Gs going through those corners, 5 lateral Gs. So he is pushing very hard, and we'll have to wait and see if Valtteri Bottas's soft tyres can make it to the end of the race now, because this is where the tyres will be dropping off for Valtteri Bottas, because his soft tyres will have a quicker degradation curve compared to the medium tyres. So if Valtteri Bottas starts falling behind through the field, then we know that the soft tyres aren't going to last till the end of the race. But we'll wait and see now. 9 laps remaining for the race to finish. And we have some radio from... unfortunately, I don't have any more radio. But yeah, the top 3 drivers get points. So Verstappen will be getting 3 points. If the race finishes as it does now, Verstappen will get 3 points, Hamilton will get 2, and Bottas will get 1. So this is it, guys. The first ever sprint qualifying in the history of Formula 1. And you guys are watching it. So thank you everyone for watching. I very much do appreciate it. All 3,118 of you. And so I'll get back to the race now. Tsunoda is putting loads of pressure on Antonio Giovinazzi. 2/10 is the gap now, and they're going through the first and second sequence of corners. Tsunoda. Oh, let's see who's made up a position. Alonso has lost another position now, so we have Ricciardo and Norris have both successfully overtaken Alonso. Alonso's only 200ths behind Ricciardo, so they're going to be battling into turn 5, and let's see what comes out of that. Ricciardo swoops, is around the inside, swoops around the outside for the next corner, and does make it through. So it is good job from Danny Rick to stay away from Alonso. Now Alonso's down into 7th place, which is still very good, but yeah. So let's see, Perez is 6/10 behind Latifi, hasn't been able to make a successful recovery. Also, Sainz, as I was talking of making a recovery, Sainz overtakes Kimi Raikkonen now, so the soft tyres are starting to drop back. Fernando Alonso loses 1 position, so does Kimi Raikkonen. Both of the drivers are on soft tyres. Sainz makes up a position, obviously. He did lose out massively at the start of the race, but he is coming back, and hopefully he can come through and still get like a good starting position for tomorrow's race. The gaps now are they're hovering around 1 second ish. So there's a DRS train Formula behind Alonso, as we already know. But Yuki Tsunoda is still hammering the back of Giovinazzi, not to any avail though. He's not been able to get past, which is rather unfortunate. How many laps? There are 8 laps remaining of the race, guys. Yeah. Your stream is way better than us. Well, thanks, guys. Well, if you guys haven't subscribed, then be sure to subscribe. I've turned the volume down for the notification, for the subscription notification. But everyone who has subscribed, thank you so much, and everyone who's watching, thank you so much as well. But getting back to the race here, Vettel has now got DRS on Fernando Alonso, so we'll be able to see if the soft tyres are dropping off. There are eight laps left of the race, and Fernando Alonso and Kimi Räikkönen, both of the drivers, have lost positions. So we'll see if the soft tyres are dropping off. But it was a very good, well-executed move from Danny Rick to get past Fernando Alonso. So very, very good indeed. Yeah, we're all right. So coming back to the race here, the only chances of overtaking we have is Stroll is putting pressure on Raikkonen. So Raikkonen is falling back through the field. Obviously, he did start on soft tyres, so it's not going to be the best in terms of tyre degradation. But he did have performance at the start of the race. He gained 4 positions, which was very, very good from him. So yeah, we do have team radio from Daniel Ricciardo, which I shall play right now. Here we go.
Good job, Daniel. Good job.
Yep, they're just giving him motivation because he has had a tough season with McLaren, and well, he's successfully now alongside his teammate. Although he is 6 seconds behind his teammate, he's still in the 1 position behind, which is very, very good because considering he was doing so much worse before. Yeah, there are 7 laps to go, guys. Also, we're so close to 500 likes. If you could hit 500 likes, that'd be absolutely crazy. Thank you everyone for subscribing and liking. Very much do appreciate it. But getting back to the race here, Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race, so he is gaining on Max Verstappen here. He is the gap has come down from 1.8 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So Hamilton is pushing. Hamilton still has life left in those mediums. So potentially, if he could get within the DRS, if there's a little mistake from Verstappen, and if Hamilton is pushing it and he's on it, then he could get within DRS, and it could be a very, very good, interesting race down till the end of the race. There are still 7 laps remaining. Yeah. All right. Why is Perez so much behind? So Perez got on the throttle too hard coming out of the Maggotts-Beckett sequence of corners, and then hence just spun it. So yeah, that's what's happened there. Does Leclerc have the chance to overtake Bottas? I think Leclerc is 2.3 seconds behind. If Valtteri Bottas' soft tyres decide to fall off, so if the tyres wear out too much for Valtteri Bottas, then Charles Leclerc could definitely overtake him. So it is looking very, very good for Charles Leclerc. As I said, Sergio Perez had a bit of an issue coming out of the Maggotts-Beckett sequence corners, got on the throttle too much, so he was on the grass, had to spin it and get out of the grass again. So not looking good for Sergio Perez. He's down in P18. He's not even been able to overtake Latifi, in fact. So it's not looking good for him. But as I say, starting on the soft tyres was a very good was a very good advantage, because as we can see, Fernando Alonso started in the soft tyres, started down in P12 or so, and is up into P7, so very good job from him. Kimi Räikkönen started down in P18 or so, up into P13, very good job from him as well. Also for Esteban Ocon, starting lower down, didn't get into Q3, and now he's up into 10th place. So soft tyre runners have gained throughout the race. I gained at the start of the race, but now this is coming towards the end of the race, the last 5 laps. This is when those medium tyres are going to come into their own. And yeah, also guys, I am streaming for tomorrow's race, so if you guys are enjoying the commentary, then be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification for when I go live tomorrow. But we do have the 2 old boys of Fernando Alonso, Seb Vettel battling it out as they did so many years ago. Well, I think it was 7-8 years ago now. So we have team radio from Lewis Hamilton says, "I'm giving it everything. Have you got any more power?" And unfortunately, the Mercedes crew does not have any more power for him. So Lewis Hamilton's pushing as much as he can, but he's not getting any more power from the team because the tyres have to manage it. The teams have to manage the power unit and make sure it doesn't like explode or anything. Everyone who's saying my commentary is good, I very much do appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really does help. And yeah, I'm streaming for tomorrow's race. So if you are enjoying the commentary, so I am streaming for tomorrow's race. But we still have Max Verstappen in the lead, 2 seconds in the lead ahead of Hamilton. So Max Verstappen saw that Hamilton gained on him, and now Verstappen has fought back and he's extended the gap again to make sure that Hamilton does not get win the DRS in any circumstance. But as I was talking about before, Alonso and Vettel are still battling away. 4/10 is the gap between both of the drivers, and they are giving it everything really. Because if Vettel can start 7th, that's going to be such an advantage to his race, and if Alonso starts 7th, that's going to be such an advantage, because really the top 3 teams are Mercedes, Red Bull and McLaren. So if you can start 7th, that's like the best of the rest kind of thing. So Alonso, Vettel both battling out for sort of best of the rest, but Alonso is doing a very good job at defending on those soft tyres. Vettel is coming at him, 4/10 is the gap now, with a green first sector as well. So Vettel definitely is within the DRS range, but we'll see if he can make a move stick. But there is also a DRS train forming behind George Russell. Ocon's in it, so is Gasly, and so is Sainz. So 3 drivers in the George Russell DRS train, choo-choo. But yeah, it's looking very, very good indeed. There are only, I think there's, wait, I'll tell you how many laps are left of the race. Do we have any team ready? We have team ready from Lando Norris once again, so I shall play that.
Lando, Hiroshi sees front right inboard blistering, but no concern.
Alright, so that means there is blistering on the front right of the tyre. Alright, so there are 4 laps remaining of the race, guys. 4 laps, and there is blistering on Lando Norris's tyres, Lewis Hamilton's tyres, and Max Verstappen's tyres. So all of these drivers are pushing very, very hard, and they've got blistering on their tyres, which means that the tyres are going to wear out significantly quickly, and they're more of a risk of puncture. Oh, we're actually so close to 600 likes. If we could hit 600 likes, that'd be pretty cool. But so there's the tyres have got graining on the shoulder of the tyre, and that means the drivers have to be more careful with how they're driving the car. So Norris's lap times might come down a bit. Hamilton's might as well. Obviously Hamilton is now falling away. Max Verstappen has just set the fastest lap of the race because Max is Max, you know. There are 3 laps remaining till the end of the race, guys. Once this lap finishes, it will be 3 laps remaining. So yeah, once the race finishes, I will also play the Super Max music because well, Max has done an absolutely amazing job. Took the lead on lap 1 and has never looked back ever since. So very, very good job from Max Verstappen here. Carlos Sainz does get an overtake done on Gasly. So Carlos Sainz done a very good recovery drive. Unlike Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez dropped down to P19, and then he's been stuck in P18 for the remainder of the race, whereas Carlos Sainz started the race, well, on lap 1 was down into P19, and now he's gone up into P11. So obviously the Ferrari is set up to be to drive within dirty air kind of situation, whereas Sergio Perez, the team probably expect, oh, he's going to be high up the field, so there's no need to prepare for dirty air. So Perez has done an incredible job, considering he's not being optimised for dirty air driving. He's still only 3/10 behind, so Perez's tyres are wearing out as well. So it's just unfortunate for Sergio Perez. Lots of drivers are setting green lap times. Max Verstappen has still got the fastest lap of the race. Someone asked before if Charles Leclerc could get an overtaking on Valtteri Bottas, but by the looks of it, it's not going to happen because Bottas is still holding on to his tyres. He's set a green lap time as well, so his tyres are still holding on at a fairly decent rate. So Alonso, I mean Bottas's tyres aren't dropping off, so it looks like no one else's tyres will drop off. Alonso, Vettel still battling away. 6/10 is the gap between the 2 drivers, not being able to make anything stick. Sainz is now into 11th. Maybe he can make an overtake stick on Ocon. Let's see where that goes. We have some team radio from Fernando Alonso. I shall play that.
Just got a warning. Just watched moving under braking.
Yep, so, and we have some team radio from Valtteri Bottas as well, so I'm going to just play both of them at the same time.
Just have a blister on the front right, it's causing a bit of vibration. What are good?
Alright, so Valtteri Bottas complaining about vibration on the front right tyre. There's only 2 laps left of the race, but he has got vibrations from the tyre, and that is not a good sign, because if you guys remember from last year's race, they had vibrations, and guess what happened? The tyres literally exploded. So that is not a good sign for things to come, but there's only 2 laps remaining of the race now. We'll see what can happen. If we could hit 700 likes, that'd be very, very cool. We're at 3,500 viewers. If you guys could all subscribe, then be sure to subscribe. If you guys can like, be sure to like, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. But I don't think Verstappen will be able to lap Mazepin. He's a bit too far away unless Mazepin spins. But getting back to the commentary, guys, the closest battle we have now is Carlos Sainz and Esteban Ocon. 3/10 is the gap between the two drivers. And Carlos Sainz is going to do it, put his absolute maximum to try and get higher up into the field, because he definitely wants to try and win this race. Because if he does it, he wants to definitely try and get higher up the field, because it's starting the race for tomorrow. It's going to be very, very beneficial for him to gain a position on Esteban Ocon. Because after that, he'll be able to climb up the field a lot easier with that. But Sergio Perez had one of the worst... has had the worst experience of sprint qualifying here. He's gone down into P13 from where he started up in P5, I think it was. So he's gone down 13 positions from P5 into P18. Not very, very good indeed. AlphaTauri as well, not being able to perform where they did before. Thanks, Multi Ninja. So Gasly usually is up in 6th place. Tsunoda's usually on the brink of the top 10, and none of the two drivers have been able to perform. So it's rather unfortunate for those guys. But now that we are coming on to the final lap of the race, I think. So we have Max Verstappen 1.8 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. It is going very, very well for him. And Hamilton has set the fastest green sector, fastest purple sector of Sector 1, but still not close enough to get within DRS range. 2 seconds is still the gap. Max is doing a very, very good job of managing it. Yeah, Vettel could definitely get ahead of Alonso, but I think Alonso's just been in the dirty air. Alonso's just holding up Vettel in the dirty air, really. Perez is pitting. Yeah, he's retiring by the looks of it. I think if you retire, you get some sort of advantage for next race, for the race tomorrow. So yeah, it is final lap of the race, guys, and Max Verstappen is coming across the line now. Lewis Hamilton is giving his absolute all. Purple first sector, green middle sector, to see if he can make it through. But who knows? Who knows what will happen? So yeah, final lap of the race, guys. When Max crosses the line, I think we're going to play some Super Max, because he does deserve it. What an absolute drive from Max Verstappen. Absolutely crazy indeed. Yeah, there he goes. I'll just confirm that this was the last lap, but very good drive from Max Verstappen. Seb is in P8, and it's a good drive from him. Alonso's gained loads of position. He's benefited a lot from sprint qualifying. So is Kimi Räikkönen. And yeah, so that's about it. Max, Super Max. So here we go then. I'll play Super Max for you guys, because everyone loves a bit of Super Max. Alright, so that is it, guys. What is happening? I'm streaming for tomorrow's race, so if you guys did enjoy the commentary, then also be sure to subscribe, because I will be commentating for tomorrow's race. So the positions are: Max Verstappen is in P1, Lewis Hamilton is in P2, Valtteri Bottas is in P3, Charles Leclerc P4, Lando Norris P5, Ricciardo P6, Alonso P7, Seb Vettel P8, George Russell P9, Esteban Ocon P10, Carlos Sainz P11. He had a bad incident at the start of the race, but he's recovered from it successfully. Pierre Gasly in 12th place, Kimi Räikkönen in 13th. He's gained loads of positions. What time is tomorrow's race? Well, guys, once this stream finishes, it will automatically take you to tomorrow's stream, and it will give you a little reminder button. So just be sure to press that, and yeah, and it will give you a notification whenever the stream starts. But I think the stream starts 2 hours before now. I'll just confirm that. But Max Verstappen is the winner. He is the first winner of a Formula 1 sprint race in the history of Formula 1. Yeah, that sounds rather cool, doesn't it? But tomorrow's race is 2 hours backwards from this time, so in 22 hours time, basically. Everyone who's watched, maybe if you could hit 800 likes before the stream finishes, that would be very, very cool indeed. But yeah, we have some team radio from. Wait, I'll just give you guys the team radio as well. We have some team radio from Sergio Perez, which I shall play. Here we go.
Okay, Checo, you can back off. We need to retire the car.
Yep, so that's it. They might have had a reliability issue or something, but Perez has retired the car. Max Verstappen is first, so very very good job from him. Lewis Hamilton in second place, Valtteri Bottas in third, Charles Leclerc in P4, Norris in P5, Ricciardo P6, Alonso P7, Vettel P8, Russell P9. He has a chance of maybe scoring points tomorrow. Who knows? Behind with the English fans behind him, maybe if George Russell scores point at his home race, that would be very very cool. We're only 4 likes away from 800. If we could hit that, that would be rather cool. I think that's the highest we've ever hit on a quali stream, and I think this is the highest we've ever hit. This is the highest quali stream we've ever had. So yeah, sprint races are very boring. So I think 63% of you have said sprint races are good, and 37 of have said it's not. You guys can. I think I'll do another vote now. In fact, so I'll end this vote and I'll do another vote, and you guys can let me know if you like sprint qualifying again, and we'll see what happens. Do you like sprint qualifying? Because we have a lot of people that are saying that they don't like it. That might just be because their drivers haven't won it, but yeah. Vettel definitely did deserve P7. He was hounding the back of Alonso for so many laps on end. But I guess that's what it is. Alonso did a good job, didn't make any mistakes. And yeah. Also, we have a similar rate. We have similar percentages of people saying. So yeah, that vote was a bit pointless. There are a few people that are saying they don't like it. But that might just be because your favourite driver didn't win. But guys, that has been it for today's qualifying session. We obviously... Perez is probably the worst person who hates this, probably because he's just down in P20, and it kind of does defeat the point of qualifying. Nobody really knows, but this race was rather entertaining to watch, and commentating was rather good as well. So if you guys did enjoy the race and the commentating, then yeah, be sure to subscribe because I do this for every single race weekend, and I'm streaming for tomorrow's race as well. So yeah, alright, that was a very very good race as well. Okay, so I'm going to answer any of your questions in the chat, so or if you want to ask me anything about Formula 1, just be sure to ask away in the chat, because I am answering and reading all of them right now. So yeah, you did enjoy, well, thank you. So Hajda says it defeats the point of qualifying. Well, I think it kind of does, because qualifying's more of who can put the fastest lap together in like a one lap only situation, and well, it kind of does defeat the point, if we're being honest here, because it's a race, not who can put the fastest lap. So yeah, and Lewis Hamilton did get the fastest lap, but there is no points for getting the fastest lap in there at the end of the race. In this race, at least. In tomorrow's race there is, but not in this race. Gamer Fabschnikin says, I like sprint qualifying, but I think it's too mightily and a bit too confusing. But this will get fixed by the time. What do you think about my first point? Well, I think it's a bit confusing, but not like, I think the fans will get used to it, and it's a bit odd though. Like, it's not qualifying. It's a bit weird. But yeah. Maximus Verstappen, well, who cares about Hamilton anyway? Haha, go Lando. Well, Lando done a very good job indeed. Finished 6 seconds ahead of his teammate. That might have been because he got past Alonso first, but nevertheless, Norris did a very good job indeed. Yeah, Alonso was crazy. He was weaving like crazy. I mean, it is within the rules that you can weave. Like, it's slightly dangerous, but you're technically still allowed to weave. It will just be a black and white flag rather than a black flag. So I think Nico Rosberg did it, Charles Leclerc has also done it, and Fernando Alonso has done it as well. So yeah, nevertheless, weaving is technically allowed. But yeah, Nu, what do you think about the point that is too powerful? Too powerful / mighty. I don't know exactly what you mean by too powerful / mighty. Do you mean the 3 points that you get for winning the race? Or yeah, only the top 3 do get points. Yeah, so Verstappen got first place, and got 3 points. Lewis Hamilton got second place with 2 points, and Valtteri Bottas with third place with 1 point. And yes, as I'm not sure how you say it, but Stephen Ford Lewis Hamilton got the fastest lap, but Max Verstappen had nothing to prove. Like, he just drove away from lap 1 as soon as the race started. He just drove away successfully and had nothing to worry about. Yeah. What about the tyre situation? I'm not sure about the tyre situation. I haven't been told about it or anything. There hasn't been any F1 information about the tyre information either. So I think you can choose whichever tyre, but don't quote me on that. I will let you guys know for tomorrow's stream. So if you guys tune in for tomorrow's stream, I will let you know what tyres everyone's starting on and what the rules are related to that. But yeah, Sainz never get punished, but I'm expecting a penalty for Russell. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't think they're under investigation anymore. So I think they might have just got away with the racing incident on lap number 1. But yeah, George Russell, I mean, the British fans would be outraged if George Russell got a grid penalty, you know. What's the best position Checo can get from this? I think if there's a safety car tomorrow, Sergio Perez can do a good job and maybe do like a weird strategy and get up. But I think probably the most he'll be able to get is probably like P6 or P7, I think. Yeah. No. Oh, all right. So game of Fabshing. Yeah. Okay. No, I get what you mean now. So I think that is kind of the main issue with sprint qualifying. It's like if you crash, then you're just completely out of the thing, and like you're just not gonna have any difference whatsoever. Like you're just completely out, and it kind of defeats the point of qualifying as well. And yeah, if you get crashed, you're in P20, which there's nothing you can do about. So yeah, might as well do a random. Oh, are we back? Oh wait, we're back. All right. So yeah, my mic just randomly disconnected. Yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. My mic just randomly disconnected. I don't know what. But yeah. So I forgot what I was saying. Um, yeah, no, I don't think having a random order would be fine, but I think having like I'd say I don't know what they could do. I think the normal qualifying is actually all right, really. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it. But yeah, let me know what your opinion is. And I will. I think this will be the end of today's live stream. I will. We're going to be streaming. I'm streaming for tomorrow's race. We speak about what happens if you crash. Yeah, it's just rather unfortunate that if you do crash, you start down in P20 really, because it's not a race. The sprint race was exciting, but it wasn't exactly fair for all of the drivers that that had an incident or something. You know, I think I'd rather have a normal quali. Because it's just like fair enough, really. I think if you can have a normal qualifying session and the sprint race that doesn't mean anything, and then you can have an actual race with no points, and the sprint race doesn't do the starting grid for the next one or anything. But yeah. Oh yeah, no guys, my mic broke because Ericsson hit me. So yeah, Ericsson hit me and my mic just broke. So yeah, sorry about that. But everyone that is tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in, and all of you guys that have enjoyed the commentary, sent nice messages on the chat. Very much do appreciate it so much. And we're at 8 likes away from 850. I think if we hit 800, I think 858 is my record likes on any video whatsoever. So we're only 15 likes away from breaking my record. So if we could hit that, I'll end the stream, and then we'll come back for tomorrow, which will be hopefully even better. But yeah, Fernando Alonso had an epic start. So he gained a position. He gained 3 positions just singly at turn 1. Then going into turn 2, gained even more positions. Into turn 3, gained 2 more positions. So it was so good from him. Yeah. Oh, we're 1 like away from breaking my record. 1 like. Oh no. I think I'll just go hit the like button myself if it actually. Have a great day, solid commentary, good jokes, all in, great stream. Well, thank you everyone for all of the support. Oh, okay, we've broken the record. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's been a solid stream. And when I end the stream now, it'll take you to tomorrow's stream. Make sure to press the reminder button, and let me know that you want to watch the race, obviously. And you'll get a notification when the stream starts, so you won't miss it. And yeah, so tomorrow's stream, yeah. And I think this was the record for the qualifying stream as well. So yeah, best stream on record. It's the best, and yeah, all of you fans, you guys make it possible. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna end the stream. Have a nice day. Well, no, have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, or day or night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, fellas.